you see that? The sun, damn flies. You see that? The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day out here after about 4 days of sitting around doing absolutely nothing. It's been windy, it's been raining, it's been bloody awful. The sun's back out now, so we're going to get organised and go reap some beans. The two old girls parked up in the shed. As I said, it's been bloody awful weather the last few days. We've had wind, we've had rain. We never would have thought in a million years that we would have harvested all of our wheat and barley as quickly as we have this year, given the way the yields were going, but it's amazing what you can do with two machines. And we're lucky that we've had both because, yeah, it's definitely saved us a bit of heartache, I think, to be honest. Being able to get all that crop off like we did. So unfortunately we've got it off so quick. I've struggled to get footage because it has been so busy. It has been so busy I can't even explain to you, but we've had it, like I said, we've had a couple of days of lay down now, a bit of rest. We've finally got the sun back out so we can go and have a go at these beans, hopefully get rid of those, and maybe by the weekend we'll be all done and dusted, which would be really nice. Only, a couple of weeks away from Christmas now really, so a couple of jobs to get done first before we get into it today. I will also need to put some dinosaur bones in the tank so that I can get going because I chewed a lot of fuel on that last day. The other thing is, the bean market has taken a tumble down south, quite a lot, by about $150 a tonne. So we're going to try and not deliver any of our beans. We're going to try and keep them all and try and sell them off farm when the prices may be a bit better. So I do have one small repair to do on this field bin. It's not a major repair, it doesn't even really need it, but I might as well get it done here now while I can. And that's just got a crack here on this little support here. That's for when you swing this arm down for when you're road transporting it. So it's only going to be a couple of welds to put on there, so I'll do that quickly now while we're here. We're in no rush because we had probably 3 or 4 millimeters of rain yesterday. It was very cool, very dewy this morning. The weather's nice, we got a few good days, so you know, we'll just take our time, do it all right. And when I finally get out in the paddock, I'm going to have a bit of mucking around to get that header set up right. We just want to make sure we're not cracking too many beans, make sure we're doing a good job. So there's going to be a bit of fluffing around today, unfortunately, but we'll get into it, eh? It's not orange, but it'll do. A bit of a cheap repair, but you know, you got to get things done, don't you? Whew! My goodness me. Wouldn't be a John Deere if the air seat didn't go down every single time you hopped out of the cab. Just coming to the realisation of how unprepared we are to actually harvest these beans. If we were in the old CTS, it's fine, if that's the only header we had, because the concaves in there are fine for harvesting all types of grain. In the STS, the concaves are a small wire concave. We're going to Basically the beans are too big to fall through the concaves. Now behind, for those of you who don't know, basically roughly like behind these black covers here, there's a big rotor, a big cylinder in there that spins around really fast, and it basically knocks the grain out of the head of the crop. And then underneath that there's like a grating, which is, or that's your concave, and then the grain falls through that, it goes down onto the sieves where it gets separated from any additional plant matter. On the front of these, the concaves are they're small wire, they're too close, so the beans have no chance of falling through them. A new set of concaves is several $1,000s, so to reap 200 and something acres of beans, I don't really think that it's worth it buying them, because I don't know that we'll ever grow them again. We could use the CTS, but that seems to crack the grain too much, so it's a bit of a conundrum. I don't really know what to do. I talked to the old owner of the machine and he seemed to think that this thing reaps beans no worries without changing anything, so maybe we'll give it a go and just see what it does. But I'm going to have to slow the rotor down, I'm going to have to slow the feed accelerator down so that it doesn't smash the grain up too much. Haven't done that before yet either, so I've got to figure that out too. Well, after procrastinating for a lot longer than I should have, I slowed the feed accelerator down, I slowed the rotor down, I've opened up the sieves a bit, opened up the concaves, blown out the grain tank a bit to get all the wheat to the bottom, and I don't know, we'll give this thing a go. I'm not confident whatsoever, but thought I would just see if there's any leftover grain here for the sheep. Yeah, sheepy, 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 sheep. Oh, there we go, a little bit. A little bit, not much. Maybe a bucketful. Enjoy that, sheep, enjoy that. Living their best life. Here we are having a red hot crack. Climbing up the hill. Sending it. I don't know, beans coming in the back. I'll probably stop and have a look in a sec, see what sort of a job we're doing, but I don't know, harvesting these things is a nightmare because every time you touch the plant with the header, any part of the header, the reel, whatever, it just obliterates the plant and splits open the pods, and you can see beans all over the ground. Yeah, it's not good, but I don't know, what do you do about it? You gotta have an air reel or something, and it's like, you know, we're not going to go buy an air reel for 200 acres of beans for our first time growing them, so it is what it is. We'll see how we go. Alright, just had a quick visit from the old boy. The beans are looking pretty good. The sample. No crack stuff really, which is good, just the occasional one. A lot better than what the CTS was doing. Main problem is we're getting a bit of this pod through, so I'll have to tidy that up a little bit. However, in the meantime, we're going to keep all these beans on farm, so I'm going to have to go get an auger, we're going to drag some bins around, and my day on the header might actually be done already. I only got to do 8 tonne. That's a shame, to be honest. I'm quite disappointed about that. That's alright though. We are on the very tail end of harvest now, so soon we'll be packing it all up for another year. So what I got to do is, this bin here has, I don't know, probably about 5 tonne in the bottom of it. There's just some stuff when Dad was trying to set the CTS up right so it would get a good sample and do a good job on the grain. But it wasn't doing a good job on the grain, so there's a lot of cracked stuff in there. We're going to keep that there for sheep feed. Over in the truck, We've also got a lot of cracked beans and stuff in there that we'll keep for sheep feed. So I'm going to auger the beans out of there into there. I'm going to get the bin, I'm going to drag it over the road there where we want to store all the beans, and empty this one out, and we'll just put beans in that bin there for sheep feed. So it's just mucking around, but that's farming, isn't it? Anyway, I better get on with it. I reckon we'll slot right between here. Let's give it a go. Can't be bothered moving the header. I just want to get this done so then I can get back on it. They're so noisy! Wheat and barley aren't noisy like this. Oh yeah, just getting it done. Alright, field bin and then truck. Oh man, woo! They're heavy, but they're not that heavy. I think I just spent too much time in my glass castle. I need this one. One hopper installed, the auger in the bin. Now go get the truck, unload, etc, etc. About there. So now I know when I come in with the truck, I just reverse straight up to that point, job done. In theory, we'll see. Big rigging. Woohoo, not too bad. We are looking good, it's go time. Oh dear. Alright, that's done. Well, what is the time? Still got good daylight, nearly 6 o'clock. Might go out and just harvest enough for a reasonable truckload, or around 20 tonne anyway, just to bring back. We can do it then in the morning. I can unload the truck into the bin and I got a fresh start for the day. So, whew, all right, let's keep moving. So I'll probably only fill the grain tank one more time for the night. We're nearly at 7 o'clock now, so not in a huge rush at the moment. We'll just get enough here for a nice handy little load in the morning and come back and have another go then. But the sample looks okay. There's a few pods getting through. I don't want to close the sieves down too much more because I don't want to throw any more out the back than I have to, basically. But you know, these are such a mixed bag in here, these beans. Some areas are going 5.5 tonne on the yield monitor. Some are going 1 tonne per hectare on the yield monitor, and that's just purely soil type, a lot of it. It's very hard red ground down the bottom here where I am, where the truck and that is. You go up the top, it's quite soft and loamy, and they've really performed well up there. They've done absolutely terrible down here in spots. You just look at it and you go, what am I even harvesting? Yeah, overall, yeah, they're about where we thought they'd be, I guess. Not the best, but you know, first time growing them, learning curve, as I've said before. So get another load in and call it a night, I think. Go home and have some dinner, so we'll get on with it. They're such funny looking plants when they go off. Like, they're all black. Like, you'd swear that a fire had been through here and just decimated everything when you sit back and just look at the side of the hill. But yeah, an interesting plant, Faba Beans. Well, I reckon that's about all she wrote, folks. As I've sort of said, harvest is certainly coming to a grinding halt for us. I'm actually a little bit upset because I just enjoy harvest so much, and yeah, we normally it normally drags on for a week or two more, but this new machine that we've bought rips through it, and we went hell for leather the other day and we just managed to tear it off. So it's good to have it in the bank. It's all good things, and once again, thank you all for watching. We'll see you all next time.